Hello and welcome back to the Beefy Tech channel. This will officially be my 100th video on the channel, plus or minus the 2 videos that I removed or unlisted for various reasons, but it is a fun topic nonetheless. So, I've recently been told by some people on Discord that indeed it is extremely easy to cheat the Modern Warfare 3 benchmark. Yes, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 benchmark is actually busted and it's really easy to get fake CPU results on it. The GPU results are not really that fakeable due to the consistency of the GPU throughout the entire benchmark, but the CPU results are extremely fakeable. What you're looking at right here is a legitimate result with no cheating involved, where I scored 673 average with 401% lows, with a 405 average with resizable bar disabled in Call of Duty. Now, why am I showing you this first? This screenshot is from a couple days ago, or like 2 days ago or something like that, where I did a legitimate test, and only today have I found out that you can cheat this. Now, you may be asking, how can you cheat the benchmark? Well, sadly, it is extremely easy. I'm gonna try to explain it as well as possible, but first let me show you my settings just so you know what settings I'm using for the results that I'm getting. And it's my usual config file settings that are blatantly low settings, full optimized for maximum FPS, to sum it up, at 1440p native. Now, the way we're gonna cheat this is simple. We're going to start the benchmark, and we're going to basically leave in Zone 2. I'm going to give a couple more details on why Zone 2, but let me quickly show you the sort of gains you can get by simply leaving the benchmark early, which I know sounds completely absurd, but all you have to do is hit escape, confirm, and that ends the benchmark instantly. And what will generally happen is that it's going to give the FPS that it got up until that point on the CPU. On the GPU, it'll do the same, but because it's so much more consistent on the GPU, it won't really affect the results much. But on the CPU, it'll be absolutely massive gains. Now, right at the end of Zone 2 right here, we are going to basically leave. And right here, confirm, and now we wait for the benchmark to show our results. And what you'll see, yes, this is also my first try, by the way, so I'm hoping it's going to be as good as I think it is, but there you go. I gained over, what, 50 FPS in the averages? 30 FPS in the 1% lows, and what did I do? I just left the benchmark early. Nothing else looks out of the ordinary. You could not tell at a glance that I cheated the benchmark. Everything looks perfectly normal, and it makes it very easy for people to flex results they didn't actually get. Here's the thing. Look over here in the middle where it says overview. There's also a zone details. You're going to want to click on it, and this brings up a whole different page that basically shows the specific zone FPS. As you may notice, Zone 2 gets a stupendously high FPS amount in the averages for the CPU specifically, which means that you basically want to just avoid the other zones and use Zone 2 as the one where you leave theoretically. And that's why we don't use Zone 3, 4, and 5 for the testing and we leave early. The results are significantly better on the CPU this way. People basically just do this and show you the overview and boom shakalaka, look how good my FPS is. Now, theoretically, this is very sad, you can cheat this page too, because Call of Duty is so stupid. If you first run a normal benchmark and complete it all the way through, it's gonna show all of your zone's FPS. If you run the benchmark again and you quit on Zone 2, it is going to show you on the overview that you got the average FPS of the Zone 2 run, but then you go to the zone details and it remembers the Zone 3, 4, and 5 FPS, meaning that people can fully fake both the zone details page and the overview page within the Modern Warfare 3 benchmark. I just reran a test, which also, by the way, so happens to be my best 1% lows test yet, but that doesn't even really matter. So this is a full run, legitimate test. Go to zone details. You can see that it completed every zone, and these are different numbers than last time. So I finished all of the 5 zones, finished a full test. This is a legitimate benchmark. Now watch this. So I'm going to click start, and I'm going to start another benchmark. So what I'm going to do now is as Zone 2 ends, I'm going to leave. The usual exploit that we do, confirm and leave. Now we wait for this again, and I'm going to quickly show you how gullible the fucking zone details are too. So there's no good way about this. Basically, oh, look how good my results are yet again. We go to the zone details, and yep, you guessed it. Because we did the run, initial run, completed fully, it still shows the Zone 3, Zone 4, and Zone 5 from the previous run. But then the Zone 2 is the final result difference. The zone 1 and 2 are the final result overview. So it just completely disregards zone 3, 4, and 5, which are still showing in the zone details, but uses zone 1 and 2 from the run we just did as the average FPS. This benchmark is heavily scuffed, like so scuffed. If you guys really want a good comparison for something, jump into Al Mazrah, start up the 1% lows, and begin testing. It is the best way to actually test a real-life scenario that is hard to cheat, because what is harder to cheat than virtually anything? CPU-bound scenarios in an actual gaming scenario. Basically, the benchmark is fakeable, but in-game results are much harder to fake because DLSS isn't going to help you if you're CPU-bound. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. I just want to let you know that the benchmark is kind of scuffed, and I wouldn't really pay attention to the benchmark because, as you've seen, people can do whatever the fuck they want to get higher FPS, and there's no way to hold them accountable. But yeah, the entire point of the video was to bring awareness to the fact that the benchmark isn't particularly trustworthy due to how easy it is to cheat. Of course, if you're showing the benchmark to your friends, people you trust, it's perfectly fine. But if it's coming from a stranger and it looks too good to be true, definitely question them about it. Ask for proof, ask for a way to show that it is legit, because, look, some people will see these faked benchmarks and set unrealistic expectations of their system. Not only that, when they're inevitably unable to reach that exact performance that the cheater used to reach those stupidly high CPU FPS numbers, they're gonna feel bad about their system. And they're not gonna like their system anymore because apparently they're doing something wrong when they're not. And look, for those sad pieces of shit out there that are actually actively cheating the benchmark to flex to random people on the internet, I have a better alternative for you. I know you're sad, I know you're lonely, but don't fret, the AI age is here. So check this out. About 4 weeks ago, Moist Critical, Charlie, posted that he himself bought an AI girlfriend. And now you too, Mr. Sadfuck, can have it for yourself for only $10 a month. That's such a bargain. Not only that, you're not ruining the day of people that can't achieve your CPU FPS in Call of Duty anymore either, so everybody's happy and you're not a lonely piece of shit anymore. But yeah, thank you for all the recent support, guys. I've actually got a lot of subs ever since I hit 5k, like really quickly, so I'm happy to see that. I really appreciate it. And don't worry, I'll be sure to keep you up to date if stuff like this ever arises again. And not only that, I will indeed making overclocking guides for the 7800X3D on how to undervolt it, and for the 14900K. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video and hope you have a good one. Peace.